Okay, my name is Robin Hassler Thompson, and I'm with Robin H. Thompson and Associates. This is a consulting firm that I have. I do work around international and local and national human rights issues, domestic violence, and lately I've been really focusing around anti-human trafficking efforts. Well, it was really a desire locally to become involved in an issue of importance, and this was way back in the early 90s, I guess it was. And I was thinking about working in either a program that helps promote literacy or something around women's rights and women's issues. And just at that time, there was an article in the Democrat about a woman named Lois Fleming, and Lois had actually killed her abusive partner, and it was the story of her life. And it so impacted me that I called up Lois, and she and I went to lunch. And Lois said, "Robin, if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to do something, call up Refuge House and volunteer." And so that's what I did. And within a couple of years, the issue became more prominent, and it's just how the universe sometimes opens up. And I was working at that time, again, trying to figure out what to do, and Governor Childs created the state's first task force on domestic violence, and I became its executive director, and that was in late '93. And then from that forward to the end of his term, I worked on the issue. You know, I think there's still so much more that we have to do. I think a lot has been accomplished, there's no question. There are issues around the laws that have been passed. The laws are very good. The awareness is better than it's ever been when you talk in particular about domestic violence and human trafficking. We still have much more to go, and of course women are victimized disproportionately in that area as well in regards to human trafficking and modern day slavery. But on the domestic violence front, I think that we've had great accomplishments over the years. And the one thing, though, that I see, however, is that we need to do more to understand that victims of this violence, survivors of this violence, need so much more. They need shelter and safety, and they need support in the community, and they need awareness, and they need so much more. They need housing, they need transportation, they need to have the ability to be trained and have economic success, because we know that if you're not able to support yourself and thrive, you're not going to be able to be safe. So there's so much more to do. You know, when people talk, say, about kids' health insurance and cutbacks on kids' health insurance, what they don't realize is that those children are children of battered women too, and if they're not able to get insurance for their kids, that's another economic burden that they'll be facing. If they can't help their kids get lunch in school, if they can't, you know, afford to have a house or a car, or they get foreclosed on. These are all issues that you'd say, well, you know, we have Refuge House, or we have this shelter in our community, and that's what we need, right? But we need it across the board. You know, we need that awareness to be across the board, from everybody from, you know, the banker to the insurance agent. And so often, I think social issues like this get siloed, and you don't realize the interdependence that we all have in the community and how we all have to work together. I really believe in that phrase, a rising tide raises all boats, and in our case with this, the rising tide of awareness is out there, but unless all those other programs also get support, that the women who are abused and are these victims of violence really won't be able to be safe and to thrive.